Hello, everyone, and welcome to Osquery office hours. Here in Boston, it is definitely spring and getting very warm. Hopefully, it is nice where everyone else is. Announcements and highlights since the last meeting. I'm not sure I have any announcements. Anyone else? Okay. Next section is sort of an open section for questions, issues, or PRs that people want to discuss. You look like regulars, but I'll still pause a moment. Okay. Agenda. I have one agenda item. So the ATC issue that I referenced a little while ago is actually a real bug. Micah over at Collide found it. He filed an issue. And we now have a patch from Brad over at Figma fixing this ATC issue. So just to remind people, we had a PR that shifted ATC initialization to remove an error. It turns out that PR also broke ATC initialization if you're using extensions, especially if the ATC tables are coming in through the extension. There's like some race condition in there. I don't know. It's pretty well written up in issue 8324, which is, just to give people the link, that thing. And there's a patch up now. I haven't looked at the patch, but maybe it's good. And I think we have a few options, and I figured we should maybe talk about what we want to do. Yeah.
I think I forgot what was the original state of things, like if the issue that the first PR fixed was only a logging error.
Cosmetic. It's just a logging error, yeah.
Okay.
So I think the three choices that we have, we can revert the original PR and cut a 512.2. We can merge Brad's PR and cut a 512.2 using Brad's PR, or we could merge Brad's PR and cut a 513. And I think it sort of just depends on how much we want to pull in and how fast we want to move.
I mean, I think the question is how many, well, first of all, how many commits have been merged between 512.1 and 512.2?
My guess is we could cherry pick Brad's commit into 512.1 and it wouldn't be that hard. There's a sorry, go on.
You mean 512.2, a new 512.2?
Yeah, like we could probably cherry pick it and do something minimal there. We could also just revert the one that broke everything and do something minimal. I think I favor trying to cut a 512.2 over waiting for a 513. But I'm sort of happy to poll people and see where people land.
I know, like, I mean, I've read it. I know that Zach endorses to cut a 512.2 with a revert. I mean, I agree, especially if we are okay with cherry picking the commit to do a clean 512.2. And yeah, I don't know. I just am a bit more cautious. I know I don't have too much time, honestly, right now to look at that PR. At the same time, yeah, I don't want to be I don't want to be a blocker for that PR, but I know that, yeah, there was something weird at the base happening, like why in the first, like why there is this duplicate attempt to initialize things. And I sort of understood the resolution. The only thing I don't like, I'm wondering if it's like a hot fix, that's fine. But again, not knowing all the other intricacies, not sure if then we will find another issue due to not having complete understanding. But again, I personally haven't looked at that, so I cannot say anything. That's my take.
Did you happen to read Micah's bug?
Yes and no, in the sense that let's say I did skim. Again, I read the words, but it's different to match them to the actual code and
I understand.
understanding. Yeah.
Yeah. I sadly understand exactly what you mean. Okay, so your sense is that if we think we can do it reasonably, then we should merge Brad's PR. If we're worried about other stuff, then we should be a little bit cautious and maybe just do a narrow revert or something.
Yeah, either way, I wouldn't wait. I think a solution, yeah, we should have a solution.
Yeah. Do you think you want to try and review this before we were to cut a 512.2?
Yeah, that's where I cannot promise anything. So yeah, not really.
Okay, I agree with the general feeling that we shouldn't wait. So maybe then it just depends on whether we can gain enough confidence in this PR.
Yeah. I mean, again, the previous state, if it's just a login error, I mean, again, I almost feel like we can wait for the PR that fixes that behavior. I mean, again, unless there is a strong need of that new PR to be landed due to other reasons, other things we are fixing thanks to it. But
well, my understanding of this bug is that there's an underlying race condition that was just hard to trigger, and now we trigger it a lot of the time. And knowing that, just reverting the other one doesn't quite feel enough. I will see if I can scare up code review. I'll see how Micah feels about it, and if I can get like Zach to look at it or something. Because I think you're right. We should kind of do whatever feels like we can go fastest, and if we can get good enough reviews, then that's great. And if we can't, then maybe we should just do a narrow revert. I don't have a lot of confidence, given that I'm neither confident in our ability to get code review, nor am I confident in the existing race condition.
Yeah, the fact that is a race condition, that's what, like, I know it's weird to say, but normally I don't agree with this point of view. But like, if until now it hasn't caused crashes, etc., if we move too fast on the fix may, especially when things are non-deterministic, etc., the fix might cause now a crash because, yeah, unforeseen consequences, which, I mean, are totally normal, not.
Yeah, but what I don't know is whether another PR, like I think that we think that some of the other PRs that have happened make that race condition more likely. So
I see.
there's like it's hard to pick it all apart, right? Because like we don't.
Yeah.
So it's tough. I'll try and sync up with Micah on that one and see what direction he wants to go in. Yeah. And I don't know if any of the fleet people have strong opinions beyond whatever. Just get it just get it fixed. Okay. Well, that's what I've got for agenda. Are there things people want to talk about? People want to call this early?
I mean, I'm not sure if we have, I don't know, a quick list of PRs that we want to look at, but otherwise, yeah, I don't have any.
I've been trying to be a little bit more on top of the PRs. I've approved a bunch, but haven't merged them in case you decided you wanted to peek at them and kind of eyeball them. They all looked pretty reasonable and low risky to me, so I'm like, okay, these all seem fine.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I think that this is not approved yet, but I think for instance, this one from about the DNS resolver. It's
that one just came in. I hadn't looked at it yet.
Yeah. No, sure. I seems to me. Seems to me logic in the sense that
looks legit.
That address, like that specific index, it's already also being checked above in the if. So I don't see any possible access out of bounds, and I trust. I mean, seems reasonable again that the issue is that we were taking always the first element in that DNS record structure. So yeah, I mean, I think this looks good.
Yeah, if that looks good, you could just approve it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say if you wanted to take half an hour and see if that was enough to understand that ATC table one, but it might not have that. It might be more than half an hour.
No, I know that unfortunately so in a sense it's not the first time I end up in the registry call, etc. code, and I know how a mess it is, and every time I forget because that part would need a bigger factor, but time required.
I agree.
Yeah, and I mean I also have, which is why I also have looked when the original PR has been open to understand what was the the original reason for the duplicate attach. But the more I I looked at the code, the less I understood, which means that I feel like I really need to go there and execute and do several tests to understand what's happening, what's the order of execution of things, etc.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, feel free to go through and approve. I don't know that we need to do it here. Like the top 15 or 20 of those are all like super straight. Like if you go through and look at the ones that are easy, and feel free to approve anything, even if I've approved it, then if it's got both of us on it, I'll just go through and merge it later. Maybe after I figure out what we're going to do for 12.012.2. I might hold off merging if I'm actually going to cherry pick something into there. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything here that needs like a lot of discussion. I'd love 8311 to get thumbed because that's going to break the website next time. Zach missed it last time, but that's okay.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
McQueen.
Yeah, it's very boring.
Yeah, no, I recall I did look at this, so approve.
Yeah, it's totally boring.
No, I
mean, the set precision one I wasn't sure of. You might be a better one on that. It's tiny. I just wasn't. I don't understand enough about C and strings to have been super confident.
Yeah, Yeah, I just need to double check the details. So yeah, this is another one I saw, but I simply did not verify the details. But
I mean, I think both Victor and Lucas work for Fleet.
yeah,
And I'm pretty comfortable with both of them, so I'm inclined to just approve this. So I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, not like I'm not worried on like security side. I was just curious. I mean, it looks safe for that. If that's the matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are kind of the easy ones, I think.
I see. So truncation was happening. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if there's
less easy is whatever Mike has got kicking around, but I don't want to bring that up this minute.
You mean which one?
I don't know which things Micah has. There's like he's got a couple around, like the infilter constraints and the block devices table and things like that. But those are harder. Those aren't simple tiny PRs. So
yeah, I also have to refresh my mind about
yeah, let's maybe not
yeah.
think too hard about those then. At least not today. Yeah, I would say please review things, but I don't really want to sit here while you do it. Is there anything people want to talk about? Okay, if not, I'm going to call this early and go see if I can figure out what to do with 512. So thank you all, and thank you for your code and time and bug reports and everything. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Bye.